Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We won the election, but we did more than that. We sent a message to Joe Biden that enough is enough. We want our country back. I am humbled by your support, and I am honored by your votes, and I promise you this, I'll be much more than a senator from Missouri. I'll be a senator for Missouri. And as you may have heard, I don't come from billions. I come from Bridgeton. And what a truly American story this is. Only in America could the son of a night shift worker at Anheuser-Busch go on to run for the United States Senate against an heiress from one of the most iconic and wealthy families in Missouri and win. Earlier tonight, I received a very kind and gracious phone call from Ms. Valentine. I want to thank her tonight for running a tough and spirited campaign. But now, the voters have spoken. The polls have closed and the results are in. Tonight, the people of Missouri have voted for a new direction and a new generation of leadership to save America. The election was never about me, and tonight isn't about me either. It's about you. Each and every one of you, even the folks watching on TV and the folks who aren't watching on TV. It's about your families and your jobs and your dreams and the future of this great country. Tonight is about all the regular, hardworking Missourians who've suffered the last 2 years, those who've been left behind, people who work hard every day and want their children to inherit America they've known and loved. These folks are the heart and soul of America, and I will be their champion in the United States Senate. I want to thank every Missourian who voted in this election, and I want to especially those who voted for me. But for those who didn't, let me say this. I hope to earn your trust in the Senate because I intend to be a senator for all Missourians. Next January, when I'm sworn in, my title may be senator, but my job will be to be a fighter. I'll fight for you, and I'll fight for your families every day with every ounce of strength that God has given me. And tonight, let's be clear. The Biden administration's unchecked assault on our jobs, on our families, on our liberties, on our values must end. And a new era of fighting back and speaking out for the rights of parents and small business owners and working families is just beginning. And as we begin this new era, I do it armed with the greatest blessing God could ever give anyone, the unconditional love of my family. They are the reason I got into public service, and each day I am motivated by the same thing that motivates all of you. I want to leave a better world for my kids. And that belief and that hope of a better life is deeply rooted in who we are as Missourians. The story of Missouri is one that's been written by many hands over 2 centuries. Missouri has always been the backdrop and the destination for pioneers, innovators, and people who want a better life and who are willing to work for it. It's the story of exploration and the courage of Lewis and Clark, wanting to see what was on the other side of the mountains. It's the story of Mark Twain, who changed the world with sheer personality and words. It's the story of innovation an imagination that fueled Edwin Hubble to invent a telescope that could open up worlds unseen. And it's the story of your family and mine who had the grit and the determination to come to Missouri looking for a fresh start, a better way of life, when Missouri was literally on the edge of the map. Missourians have always been suspicious of a federal government 1,000 miles away telling us how to run our lives, and have always wanted to chart our own course. And that still rings true today in cities named Independence and Liberty, in towns called Freedom and Defiance, and everywhere else in between. Tonight, Missourians made a statement that the free state of Missouri will continue to lead the charge for freedom and opportunity. Like so many Missourians I've visited on the campaign trail, I believe in America. And America deserves so much better than we've seen the last 2 years. I believe in an America where every child is welcomed into this world regardless of their ability, because every human being has dignity and respect that is worthy of that. I believe in an America where kids can get a great education filled with knowledge and free from political indoctrination. I believe in an America where we're not just energy independent, but energy dominant. Where we control our own destiny, and where Joe Biden stops begging countries like Saudi Arabia and Venezuela for oil. I believe in an America that ends reckless spending and stops mortgaging our future on the backs of our kids and our grandkids. I believe in an America where families can find good jobs and good pay right here in the Show Me State and not have to lose their hard-earned money to high inflation and higher taxes. I believe in an America where moms and dads can raise their kids without worrying about fentanyl or crime, and where we defend the police, not defund the police. And I believe in an America where government policies don't get in the way of people going as far and as fast as their dreams will take them, where anyone can achieve anything. And yes, I believe in an America where we remember that our greatness is not found in government, but in our people. And finally, let me say this to the people of Missouri, that I believe in our great state. I've seen what it can offer to just a kid from Bridgeton. There's a hell of a lot of common sense here in so-called flyover country. And I can promise you one thing: we're going to shake things up in Washington. I want to thank my wife, Jamie, for her endless love and support. We were actually in this tunnel. We've been married for 23 years. We met in college and we were in this tunnel, and I said, Jamie, can you believe this? Did you ever in your wildest dreams imagine we'd be on this stage? And she said, Eric, you've never been in my wildest dreams. Yeah. My entire family has been so supportive. My mom and my dad are here. My sisters, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, everybody's up on stage, and I thank all of you. And I want to thank my 3 wonderful kids, starting with Sophia and Olivia. Our girls are incredible daughters and will live incredible lives themselves. And I'm just grateful to be their dad. Stephen is here too. Stephen's here. And I know many of you know Stephen is a special blessing. Stephen was born with a rare genetic condition and has epilepsies on the autism spectrum. and is nonverbal. And I thank God every day for his life. It'll never be typical, but it'll always be special. And even though Stephen is nonverbal and has no words, anybody who's ever met this kid has been inspired by him, and I know that I have. My ancestors many years ago came to this state, the state of Missouri, when it was on the western frontier of America. They left everything behind for a better life, and they found it. Their mission is our mission. And my work in Washington will be to remove the obstructions that prevent working families in Missouri from turning their dreams into realities, and to always fight for their God-given rights. This is the story of America and the story of Missouri. It's a place where ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And I will take that pride in our state with me to Washington. Amen. And I will never forget the message sent tonight by the voters of the great state of Missouri that we're not giving up on America. To the contrary, we believe our best days are ahead of us, and it is worth fighting for. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is not the end. Tonight is just the beginning. And it will take all of us working together to make that happen. As your next United States Senator, I will fight every day for a brighter future and a better America for every Missourian from every part of our great state. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Missouri. And God bless the United States of America. Let's go.
We have been listening to